what Africa needs to do is reforming ourselves. That's why we are having now. I hereby THEKLA MUTERO as introduced. I'm actually the founder and the president of Emerging Mining Association for Namibia. Emerging Mining Association for Namibia is a platform or an association where we encourage and raise Namibians to participate in the mining sector as an entrepreneur, to own our mineral resources. We also work with the grassroots level where we empower the artisanal small-scale miner. These are our fellow Namibian people who are in the mining sector. We actually rebranded ourselves. In most of the countries, they call them artisanal small-scale miner. So in Namibia, we rebranded ourselves as emerging miner to suit the current direction of economic growth for the sector. So in this sector, we are diversity, where we are in exploration and prospection of geoscience. We are also in industrialization and processing of our mineral, science and technology. So our aim is for us African to own our resources. We need to participate in it. We need to involve in it. Yeah, as I say, my first visit, I met the president of Ethiopia Mining Association. I saw more potential that he's doing much more better on local content, because I saw opal being added value, and I saw jewelry store for opal. Not only at the airport, but the president of Ethiopia Mining Association, he have a very good value addition on opal, which in my place as the president in Namibia, I'm not on that extent. So we could like to work in collaboration of skills exchange, experience exchange, and projects. I actually told him that we could love this skill exchange in Namibia, knowledge exchange, and also looking forward on how can we open the market for our gemstones. Mostly I will say on gemstone, because it's what I explore. And looking to Ethiopia is having a big international airport which you can able to use as a market for not only opal but Namibians to showcase also their gemstones through Ethiopian market, because due to the population, skills, and also the geographical location of Ethiopia is really a very good opportunity. Easier to go to European country, which is attractive, and I think we have to look into this area of skills sharing and the exchange of knowledge and we must still network stronger. So I also look for that next time I must come just for the sector, not only to come here when the African Union is bringing me here, but I must make a visit specifically to interact with fellow miners in the mining sector. And we could like also to invite them to Namibia, because we also have the best tourmaline. We have tourmaline, which we could like them to get exposed. Our objective, actually, we do guide Namibians and fellow Africans how to obtain mining right license in different minerals and commodities as they want to participate. Because in real life, if you do mining or if you are fine with mineral, you must have document of it. Many of our people, they are not aware the processes on how can they obtain mining right license, so that they can able to operate legal, so that they can also be in value chain of the sector. We also advocate health and safety. Many of our miners or African who are participating in the mining sector, they don't have guidance. And also you find they are affected with a lot of diseases from the mines. And we are playing that as advocacy. And we use this platform for networking. As we speak, we are mentoring to more than 30 African countries. This helps us to collaborate as African local in the mining sector. This expand our networks. This also helps us to identify experiences. And also, as you see, I'm here in Ethiopia. I managed to access to Ethiopian miners as well, which was very inspiration. And this is how we are identifying our mineral that are value, as we are now in green minerals. And this is how we are also making the African continent on a new page, that we African, we can also participate in our mineral. We don't need to wait from other continents to do mineral on us while we seek employment. And this is giving a voice to African to see the need to be in our mineral, because future is mineral. So this is what we do. We do advocacy role on how can African feel attractive, how can Africans feel the value of our minerals. What Africa needs to do is reforming ourselves. That's why we are having now organizations that structured, that bring structure on the local, guiding them, because in the past, most of we were not having this platform where we can come together to relook in the policies, to relook in what we need. So right now, that's why we are now having this platform for local organizing ourselves as an association part of Africa. That's why we are now in mining, like I own mining right license of different mineral. We have many Namibians, we have many Africans now, they are owning our minerals like how foreigners are. So that is, we want to be the future giant of the sector. We want to make sure that our people, let me say, if you come to Ethiopia, our people are the one who own those licenses that produce big mineral that is economical. Currently, we can't say we are benefiting from our resources because we don't have African who own those resources. That's why we are now raising more Africans that let's participate in the mining sector, not only on employment aspect, but we must be owners of our mineral. So when we become owners of our mineral, when the foreigner come in Namibia or in part of Africa, we join venture, we have a voice of decision, so that our government does not only benefit from loyalties, but they benefit within, because when we are active in the sector, we keep money within our country. But when we allow other continents own our resources to do all the exploration, money go out of the continent, and our people still lack a lot of things, lack infrastructure, which we could able to play that role. And that's why we are emerging now. We now want to show the continent, even the African Union, that we African, we are ready to participate in the mining sector better than before. Mining vision is to strengthen the progress that mining vision want to empower the local Africans participation in the mining sector, whereby Africa own our mineral value chain. We want our mineral to be valued, to be added value on the continent, where we can produce our own cars, where we can produce our own equipments, where we can able things that we import, because we export raw material and we import the finished products. African mining vision wants the mineral of Africa to be added value on the continent, to benefit the continent, and to promote trading within ourselves. African mining vision is industrialization of our African minerals. African mining vision is to change the narrative. To change the narrative from old ways where we're just sitting waiting to be things to be done by others. But African mining vision is a generational concept which suits the agenda of 2063 of the African continental free trade. Actually, it's improving all the aspect of the mining sector towards the African people. Challenge is the main challenge is policies. Policies still need to be addressed. Policies and law need to be reconsidered to advantage Africans, because currently, due to the current policies, that some of the policy were before independence were not relooked at because Africans were not involved, and this need to unpack it, and it's hindering many African participation, not only Namibia. And also the licensing procedure, many people cannot able to afford, or many people cannot able to wait for that longer period. So this is a challenge not only in one country, but it's continental. and also the investment that is needed in the mining sector. Many of African, we can't afford that huge investment, and that's what's making always an African might want to be in mining sector, but you backslide because the step that is required. And also education system are too theoretically. It are too theoretically, and which made our student can have a degree, but when they come, they still fail to be entrepreneur in the mining sector. They still fail to get job because they lack experience, and sometimes they are studying abroad, but when they come back, they find unable to use it as a resource to be somewhere. And also the challenge that we are having, the sector is dominated by the foreigner, and the local or African who don't have resources, inputs is not more considered. And most of the projects that are like, I want to be in digital, I want to be where, but the core root of this project is coming from the ground, where the ground many are not owning the resources. And also one of the challenges, education in STEM. Education in STEM is this a science and scientists. We don't have enough scientists and science who can able to formulate something, and this has been a very big challenge. And there's less political will as well, less political will when it comes to African ourselves. And mostly as a woman in the mining sector, we are actually the most vulnerable in most of the cases. Many platform women in the mining sector, we are disadvantaged in a lot of things because the sector still is main dominated. This is not only one country, but these are African general challenges. We have to understand that small scale miner, we are facing a lot of challenges, because even we do create big opportunity of employments in the community, but when it comes to our products, we are lacking of pricing of minerals. We are lacking of even certifying of minerals. We are lacking of international standards of our prices. So this lack of funding, it make the miner not to reach a level that they can able to comply to what they are expected. And the government, as I say, everything is being reformed. There was no a considerable will to assist a fellow African, and that's why now with working with the AMDC, there's a very good improvement that government to consider to formalize the small scale miner, because many small scale miner are not formalized. They are considered illegal in other part of the continent. So formalizing of small scale miner make them to access to a lot of opportunity, even environmental safety, even to not only environmental safety but humanity, because right now in environmental, many are only caring about the wild animal, the nature, but the health of human is not really put on the table as a priority. And this is some of the things that we are looking at. That let's look at on an African concept. Small scale miner did not start today. Yeah. Small scale miner is one of the oldest mining history and sector on the continent. It's nothing new in it. All it needed is just to update it, to formalize it, to give it its opportunities that it deserves as an advantage to its mineral. And many really want to comply. Many want to be formalized so that they can do better. They want to walk in the legacy of our forefathers. So we are rebranding ourselves emerging miners, because the concept of a small scale miner, people see it on too negative, and this made youth even not to be attractive. So that's why we are rebranding that we are emerging miners. Why? We have to make people understand that small scale miner is nobody than an African child that is just being named in such a range. So small scale miner, these are own African people, and to support the small scale miner is supporting our own African people, and to make things easier for the small scale miner is giving an opportunity of growing of the African people. Small scale miner is just like a seed that's lacking water for all these years. It's like a seed that's lacking manure all these years. So people must not see small-scale miner that is a different community. Small-scale miner are African people, and African mining vision will only be successful and achieve its goal by small-scale miner, because their advocacy is African people, and African people, we are the one on the ground who are small-scale miner. By uplifting, by changing the narrative and by giving a good new chapter of the small-scale miner is the success of the African, is the success of mining vision, because this is, we are looking into, as mining vision is looking far. We are looking to our next generation who are going to come. We don't want them to suffer being called, you are small-scale miner, you are illegal, you are what. We want to change the narrative that small-scale miner is nobody than an African child striving for its own resources. When it comes to technology, as I say, our rare earth minerals, such as critical minerals, such as green mineral, these are minerals that are bringing energy. And the energy is what is fostering technology. Energy, copper is energy. This green mineral is what is fostering technology, because there's no technology without a critical mineral. So if we empower the African or the small-scale miner to own our mineral resources, I believe that digital will be so strong, because we can even own our own platform. And the opportunity in the mining sector, you see, special in identifying deposit. Currently, Africa is lacking on how can they quantitate mineral of Africa. Geoscience can't even able to quantitate our deposits as African. So technology can able to quantitate mineral underground through imaging, through 3HD and other technical way. And this is going to be done by youth, because youth are good at it. And as you see, everything you do today is about technology. And we could like also with technology, it will give a new brand, a new image to the mining sector, that is not about those miners who are suffering there, dusty and everything. Digitalization will give a new name to the continent, because we will know how to strategize our needs and wants in the sector based on the African fundamental. I can start with my fellow youth, because as you can see, young people, they are less participating in the mining sector. You can see many platforms that I aim, you find that sometimes you are the only young person in the room. And I could like to encourage young people that either you are at the university, try to take courses for mineral as well, because many are taking courses of being a police, being in agriculture, but let's try to take courses of value chain, because mineral is medicine, mineral is electricity, mineral is the equipment even that agriculture needs. So the government the government must also promote projects, programs, and campaigns that assist the youth to see the value of being in the mining sector. And as you can see that and also information sharing in the mining sector is very critical. It's not always open to the public. So government information sharing programs, campaigns of outreach, and also they must have plans. All government must have a plan, and the government, we could like them to fund this sector, that is from the royalties that they are receiving from big mines. They can able to reserve it, that this small percent, let's invest it in mining education, let's invest it in equipment, let's invest it in part of the sector, because with this collaboration of leaving out youth, then the future, the history still have to repeat itself. Minerals are going to be exploited because we will not have the knowledge, we will not have the voice. So equipping the youth, encouraging them in the sector, because youth, remember, youth are learning. They are still learning. It's not they know everything. So government need to give a great direct, a guide on the youth, because the youth are a learning stage. and government must embrace their youth, and they must also learn from other continents how they are championing their youth. So we would like the government to groom us, to give us confidence that even if I take mining, it's not going to be me, but it's going to be us.